It's Sunday, the 12th of April 2026. I'm about to attend the Halifax Women versus Loughborough Lightning matchup. Game between two sides at the bottom end of Tier 3, the Women's National League of Women's Football. So I'll be making my way over to the Myra Shay to take in that particular matchup. Little bit of housekeeping to do from my previous update. It was, in fact, Maddie Crosby in between the sticks, not Millie, which is what I said when I was at Turf Moor. Apologies, I did put a disclaimer on my video that went out, and I realised after I'd put it out, but I did put a little disclaimer on it just in case anyone was missing. Yeah, both down the bottom end of the third tier, so we'll just see what it brings. I know Rob Mitchell spoke of a need to win this game because of the importance of obviously pulling away from those bottom two, bottom three in the third tier.
Yeah, definitely. When you look at the game as a whole, I think we've done more than enough to win the game twice. But story of our season, missed chances, and then give a goal away at the other end. But just talking on that goal that was given away, I can't for the life in me see how a back pass has been given in that moment when it's not intentionally being played back. It's hit her, and then it's hit another body part, roll through to the keeper, shielded it, and she's picked it up and she's given a back pass and she's given an indirect free kick. Yep, great decision. But then she had to run over to the liner to clear it up with her to find out where it should be played from, because it was within the 6-yard box. It needed to be outside the 6-yard box, and she'd set it up within. That says everything you need to know about it. I'm not getting after the ref too much. I think that was a poor decision, if I'm honest with you, and there was several throughout the game, but we've not done enough to win the game, so I'm not going to get after the ref too much. We've missed the chances ultimately, and like I say, we could say we've given it away, but really we've not really been given an opportunity to not. I've just spoke to the players at the end and I've just said, look, got to take ownership of that situation and just clear it. Don't leave anything to chance. Don't rely on decisions or officiating to get you out the dirt. We've got to do our jobs and we've got to make sure we do them well, and we didn't. But I think, look, the goal we scored just before half time set us up really well. Really good goal, and then second half, they never looked like scoring, they never looked like hurting. There's a lot of shots from distance, a lot of shots were kind of just pot shots and hitting hopes. We've created some really good moments, but we've not done well enough at the front end, and we've got to do better, but we might not get that opportunity to do it again this season. We're going to the Wolves game now needing a win, which is, well, how many games have we lost this season? 1 to Burnley. Yeah, it's going to be difficult, but we've got to keep the faith, I suppose.
It's full-time, Halifax Women 1, Loughborough Lightning 1. A game dominated, especially in the first half, by Halifax. Missed a couple of really, really good chances. I think they had something like 9 shots on target compared to Loughborough's 5. And yeah, second half maybe didn't create as many chances as what they had done in the first half, but they should have been out of sight in that first half. Halifax did go 1-0 up in the 43rd minute. And from that point on, it did seem like they were in the ascendancy, and obviously you've had half time and then you come out for the second half. But this is one of those games where it's one of those where a 1-goal lead, it's always dangerous to have a 1-goal lead. A contentious, let's put it that way, a contentious back pass decision, giving Loughborough Lightning an indirect free kick in the box, which they scored from. Spoke to Rob Mitchell post-match, and that was one thing he was keen to highlight, shall we say. Admittedly, though, and he did say it in his interview, that weren't the only reason that Halifax did draw that game. They did squander quite a few chances. Loughborough were mostly taking pot shots in the match. In fact, I think I said they had 4 to 5 on target earlier. The only 2 clear-cut chances I can really remember were well gathered by Crosby. Just took it straight into her chest. Just a routine save because she'd put herself in that great position. And the other one of any note really was the goal from the indirect free kick. So a point doesn't really do either any favours. At the bottom of the third tier, Loughborough Lightning on the 26th travel to Sporting Calazar, who are bottom. Halifax Women have left themselves with a massive massive task to do. I'm so used to talking about teams at the bottom end of the table. I've obviously referenced Brighouse there, but yeah, Halifax Women are also at the wrong end of the table, and they travel to second place Wolves, who are part of a runaway two in this league. Burnley won 7-0 today and are still top of that league. Obviously, that was the first game that I covered on my channel to do with Halifax Women. And as I say, Wolves are right behind them. So Wolves will be looking to get all 3 points in that next matchup. They're not going to be doing Halifax Women any favours at all. On the 26th of April, 2 weeks today. So yeah, it's in Brighouse's hands. But Rob Mitchell did mention, obviously, he doesn't really want to have to rely on the fate of other teams to decide the fate of his own team. It's been left in their hands. It's a big task to ask of Halifax, and yeah, Loughborough go to bottom of the table spot in Calazar on paper. You know, that's on paper, isn't it? Games played on grass. In conclusion, Halifax, a much better team. Loughborough have equalised through a contentious decision, and Halifax are going to have to play very, very, very well in this final game of the season.